In question 7 of this exercise, the problem statement says the difference of squares of two numbers is 180. The square of the smaller number is 8 times the larger number. So we have to find the two numbers. So the unknowns in this problem are the two numbers, and we are given two pieces of information about these two numbers, and we have to use that information, set up a equation in one or both variables, and then solve the equation to find the two numbers. Okay, so let's start by assuming that the larger number, so the larger number is x, and let's say that the smaller number is y. Okay, now the first piece of information says that the difference of squares of the two numbers is 180. So using this we can write one equation, x square minus y square. The difference of squares is 180. So this is one equation. Then the second piece of information says the square of the smaller number is 8 times the larger number. So the square of the smaller number, or y square, is 8 times the larger number, or 8x. So y square is 8x. So from these two equations, what we can do now is, instead of this y square in the first equation, we can write 8x. So what will we get? We will get x square minus 8x is equal to 180. And now we can write this as a standard quadratic equation in x. X square minus 8x minus 180 is equal to 0. So this equation models or mathematically represents the situation given in the problem. Now what we have to do is we have to solve this equation and find the value of x, and from that we can find the value of y. To solve this equation, I can either factorize this equation, this quadratic expression, or I can complete the square, or I can use the quadratic formula. So let me factorize the quadratic expression on the left side by splitting the middle term minus 8x. So I note that minus 180 is equal to 10 into minus 18, and also 10 plus minus 18 is equal to minus 8. So the way I can split the middle term is I can write minus 8x as 10x minus 18x, and that will help me factorize this quadratic expression. So let's do that. So we have x square, and instead of minus 8x, I will write plus 10x minus 18x and then minus 180. This is equal to 0. Now from the first pair of terms, x square plus 10x, I can take out x common. So I get x times x plus 10. And then from the second pair of terms, I can take out minus 18 common, and that again gives me x plus 10. And this is equal to 0. And now I can take out x plus 10 common. So x plus 10 times x minus 18. This is equal to 0. And this means that x is either equal to minus 10 or x is equal to 18. So the two roots of this quadratic equation that we got are minus 10 and 18. So this means that the larger number is either minus 10 or 18. Now x cannot be equal to minus 10 because y square is equal to 8x, and this means that if x is negative, then y square will also be negative, but that is not possible. The square of any real number must be non-negative. So x equal to minus 10 is not a valid root for this situation. So the only valid root is x equal to 18. So we conclude that the larger number x is equal to 18. And now to find the smaller number y, we can use this second equation and substitute 18 instead of x. So we will get y square is equal to 8 into 18, 8 into 18, and 8 into 18 is 144. So y square is equal to 144, and this means that y is equal to plus minus 12. And in the case of y, both the plus and minus values work. So y can be equal to either 12 or it can be equal to minus 12, and we can verify this. So we can see that the difference of the squares will be 18 square minus 12 square, or 18 square minus 12 square, which is 180 in both cases, and the square of the smaller number, which is either 12 or minus 12, this is 144. This is always equal to 8 times the larger number, which is 18. So the answer is that the larger number is 18 and the smaller number is either 12 or minus 12. Both answers work.
To learn more about how QMath can help you crack school and board exams, explore QMath Leap, a live online classroom program run by highly experienced and committed teachers.